Hello, my lovely viewers from there. Can't talk anyhow. Anyway, hello, my lovely viewers from the internet. I decided, next to showing you some AMS EM Eurotruck ETS2 content, also might take you along on a race or two every once in a while, maybe more often, I don't know. Because why not? It's driving. I got fun. Maybe you got fun as well. Let's see. Can't guarantee for my driving qualities, especially driving while talking, or if whatever I blurb always makes the most sense. I assume not. Let's put in some more petrol. Yeah, let's go without the pit stop. It doesn't really make sense on 5 laps to exchange pretty much anything. So, as long as we don't crash, we should be good. Let's add some extra liters if we consume a little bit more. I usually don't adjust settings on the Merc too much. I'm quite used to his standard setup. Maybe I reduce the tire pressure by a little bit. They are symmetrical, yeah, it's fine. I don't want to do too much or anything at all to the suspension setup. The Mercedes in the simulation is, I'm quite used to it. The setup works quite well usually for me, so that's fine. Although the car is a little bit more on the slippery side, not that that slipperiness that AMS2 is sometimes a little bit known for or has a bad image for, which is mostly gone in the meanwhile. It's kind of believable for me, although I never owned such a Merc, that a car that pulls like 300 something horses on its back wheels, puts a bit over 300 horses on its back wheels, is more on the slippery side. So, well, there's no like traction control, what is 1 ton of car or one and a little bit, and 300 something horses. Also, I have to say, this was a manually shifted car, as one can see. Shit. Okay, that was already great for my tires. Awesome. Will definitely improve my driving. Not. Anyhow, do I even record? Yes. What did I want to say? Yeah, it already starts. Me not being able to form 2 consecutive meaningful sentences. Yeah. So we can either have somewhat okay driving or somewhat okay talking. I assume not both at the same time. Let's do average horrible of both. No, I really like the Merc. Spent quite some time in this car. I enjoy how it behaves, and I do believe that this car simplifies. What I wanted to say, I don't have a manual shifter. Maybe I can pick one up, possibly next month, I don't know. So the shifting is, although done rather well by the simulation itself, is the automatic clutching and shift. I'm manually shifting with my pedals, but the clutching is done quite well, I'd say. But it's not realistic for the car that I can basically shift under full load on the gas pedal. But yeah, I need to make do with what I have. There's always even more nicer, better things, obviously for every one of us, which we want to have. But sometimes you have to make the most out of what you have currently, play with it, have fun, and improve over time. One of my best and greatest late additions was I could actually pick up rather cheap load cell Thrustmaster pedals, which really is a huge improvement. The brake pedal actually feels like a brake pedal, and the person who sold it to me already had the brake mods done, so it's a harder brake pedal, which I really do like and prefer. And I have to say, yes, whatever I read about load cell pedals is true. It's way easier to remember an amount of pressure you put on a pedal than the amount of travel in the pedal. So it feels really natural to stomp on the brakes like in an actual car. What we ultimately try to simulate here. Yeah. Sometimes the crazy simulation guy goes, no, oh god, no, bad. Okay, we haven't been hurt too much. Usually I get the Mutkurve quite well. What? At least the computer fucks up as well. Makes me kinda happy. By the way, there's something I do absolutely enjoy with the simulation of EMS2, although sometimes sadly they bump into you. Although it also got way better over the years, way better. So, but if you drive a little bit erratical, also hard for the computer to calculate your driving line, it can happen that it simply crashes into you. But what I wanted to say, in general, EMS2 has rather okay to good AI, I have to say. I like it, so it's really fun to drive against it competitively. But what I noticed in the past, if you set the AI to a certain level of strength, they tend to be quite similar. So you have an AI with 102 or whatever. I think today I'm pushing 100, I'm not completely sure. But then they are quite similar, and this is, in my opinion, not very realistic, especially on a track like the Nordschleife. And number two, also gets boring. They pretty much all then drive rather perfect, and well, not my kind of changing gears helps so much with going faster. Did you know? I just learned. Anyway, where did they go? What the hell? What the hell did he do? Why is he so far back now? Well, anyway. Where was I? I forgot again. Yeah, the strengths of the AI. I have a program called Custom EMS2 Custom Driver. I think that's the name. I need to look it up. What it does is pretty much creating a custom grid. You can auto-generate one, and it does it per class. And what it does is it creates drivers who are everything from rather weak to very strong, and it creates, in my opinion, realistic racing settings where groups of cars tend to stick together, more bigger gaps start to exist, makes racing rather fun, especially when you do it long term. I have to say, this was one of my very first racing classes which I created this way, and there's a little bit too much variation between them, so I should have knit them a little more tight, but I didn't know better back then. But all in all, it makes driving a rather pleasing thing, or racing rather pleasing thing for me. So I do enjoy it a lot. Stupid thing with this program is that the developer who actually creates it hasn't updated in let's say a year or so, meaning some newer racing classes, especially the new Lamborghinis and whatever else I did in the last, say, year or so, is not there for the auto generation, or you can basically create a racing class with those cars. So it's a little bit sad. I hope the developer of this really cool program finds the time. I know, because I can't expect anything, as those are all people like me who do it in their spare time. So life happens. But if this guy finds the time again, I would be so happy to... No. Shit. I think that's going to be a pit stop next round. And here goes our plan with not doing a pit stop. I mean, we are not hurt badly now, but yeah, it will influence top speed. I think the arrows will be damaged, so we will find out on the straight of the Döttinger Höhe. Most likely not reaching top speed, because let's see how bad it is. And if I crash, possibly a second time. Just noticing that for a commentary video, 5 rounds on the Nordschleife might be a bit much, because it adds up to roughly, with me going roughly in the 8 minutes. Yeah, I'm slow moment at the moment, but well, like I said, talking or driving, well, anyhow, still fun. I simply enjoy racing. At least for me it's fun. Or so. Anyhow, I wanted to say it might be a bit much, because it's like close to 40 minutes of ongoing me driving plus talking, but let's see. Or the race might be over faster than I think, if I keep driving that well. A wall can be rather in the way and change your day if you hit it at 200. Can be so race ending. Okie dokie. Here we fly again. Bergwerk. Down to second. Oh, I'm in first. What the hell am I doing in first? That's the thing. It's kind of funny. With the talking, I lose a little bit of my... I basically have driven God knows how many rounds on the Nordschleife in this old Merc, and I pretty much shift into things on autopilot. Somehow doesn't work today, because the talking thing changes my habits. Fun. Okay, at least we get that one. But still shit, way too slow. Whatever. If I drive shit, you might have a good laugh. At least someone wins. the carousel. I already had the luck to drive the Nordschleife in real life, and something that was really, I only did one round because we did it with our car, which was fairly new back then at the time when I had the opportunity. Still was amazing. It was absolutely, for someone who has seen this track so many times in VR, not in VR, but in all kinds of digital representations. Oh my goodness, it was absolutely cool and amazing and awesome. But I was driving, to be honest, rather careful because I was scared shitless of crashing in one of the barriers. Now the thing is, our insurance, as far as I know, would even cover accidents on the racetrack. I couldn't find a clause that excludes it, because some insurances do exclude racetracks, but I was absolutely scared, to explain the whole thing, then ruining a really, at that time, basically 3 months old car, and also damaging the barriers, which is horribly expensive from what I heard. So damaging the racetrack in itself. On the other hand, then I heard on Michael Charudins, or Karudins, I never know how to spell his name correctly, that guy, Mr. Nordschleife base, pretty much. Anyhow, that is pretty much the same amount of money which is being charged if you have an accident on a normal road, so it's simply what it costs. I think pretty much everyone who has played with the thought of going to the Nordschleife a little bit more, you have heard the horror stories of costs that could ruin people. The same was for me, and honestly I was driving super careful, and it was a special kind of feeling because I happened to drive on a day when there was a race going on, or the weekend before, something like that. There were unbelievable amounts of cars, and especially race cars. And I think also a lot of private people, so it was not the race going on, it was the common Touristenfahrten. Yeah, we have lost some top speed, but I will not hit the pit stop because that costs more time than it's worth. Or then I can save. Anyway, so I was going on the Nordschleife. So many errors today, it's funny. Well, anyway, and there were like all these GT3 RSs and all these extremely cool cars and tuned up BMWs, and really a lot. So there's this main road that goes up to the ring, and we are pretty much in a traffic jam up to, at least in the last parts up to the ring. Every parking space was full to the brim, and when we were driving there were so many cars on the track, and I know a lot of the videos from Misha and so on. Seriously, I've never seen that amount of cars in any of the videos. And well, so we were going, and it was a special kind of feeling when you go. I was going like, say, what I could reasonably get, what I felt well going on the ring. No, definitely not those kinds of speeds, say 150, 170 on the straights, and I would say fast-ish in the corners, but definitely nowhere near limits or anything. But one thing I noticed, so that this whole build-up of like 10 minutes leads to something, I noticed how absolutely grippy the grip levels on the track were. So I think they use a different kind of asphalt. Is it asphalt in English? I should not always put my hands off the wheel and then not shift gears. might be helping with going fast. Anyway, so I noticed how grippy this asphalt was, because I knew my car at that point well enough that I knew when he was at his kind of limits with the tires, and when the tires would start to, you know, make squeaking noises in the corners and stuff like that. I definitely could go faster than that, and I could really feel, because it's a very tight thing actually. Basically, the Nordschleife in most parts is, well, a two-lane road without a line in the middle. It's really not that wide, so it's like going on a... Yeah, go by please, so you don't crash into me. It's pretty much going with 200 on a two-lane road. That's pretty much it, what the Nordschleife is. So that also makes its magic, but it really is tight. It's really tight. And you can feel the tightness when you know, hey, I'm sitting in a 3-month-old car, going rather fast. There's a GT3 RS exactly in that corner of X-Mule. I had a situation where a Mazda MX-5 overtook me. Dude went by, like, seriously, I nearly felt him in my car. And behind me, a GT3 RS was coming on at full blast, whatever that the GT3 could take. And I was like, oh my god, that's not gonna end well. It did, but wow. There were situations where I'm like, I honestly thought I enjoy this very much, but I'm extremely, very happy. Well, once it's over, oh no, and something like this, no, we definitely need the, yeah. This was not unsportsmanlike, I nearly killed my car. Me killing myself is not unsportsmanlike. Okay, now the car pulls to the right. Cool. Gonna be fun for the for the corners we have ahead of us. Yeah, let's survive. Pull into the pit stop, get last, and some. Oh, he's really pulling. Okay, every time I go onto the brakes, the car is pretty much starting to slip and start to pull hard right. Let's survive. That would be already cool. I'm really curious how the video quality is over a longer time of driving, because I tested it quickly before doing this, looking a little bit at audio and so on and so forth, and it was kind of okay, working a lot better actually in my opinion than the Euro Truck Simulator, but let's see. Okay, I'm going 200 with a nearly broken car. Ooh, luckily he makes right-hand corners nearly on his own now. Cool. Good, good. Really oh, now he pulled to the left. Funky. Yay! Best. Will you please stay on the road? That would be so kind. Thank you. Here we go again. You know, one thing I was training for and which I really enjoyed was, for the longest time, I was fighting to put some laps together, especially in Nordschleife, as it's so long, so many corners. Something that helped learning the Nordschleife actually was to learn the names of the corners. So I drove by, actually with this car, in an older iteration of the Nordschleife, stopped and tried to remember the names. And so somehow my brain started to process which corner follows on which, because it has a name to add to it. It was a kind of a... it's way too slow here. Let's go into the... let's get our poor car fixed. Yay. Not bump. Okay, here we go. So... that helped me learning the Nordschleife, so by simply learning the names of the corners and stuff like that. So... but we are not that damaged at least, but we're definitely gonna end up last. We are already 21, 23. I will never be able... it takes way too long. That's gonna be at 29, I assume. Let's drink something. Where's my glass? By the way, one of the advantages of the Pico 4, which I mentioned is my headset already in the Euro Truck Simulator videos, is it's really comfortable to wear. It's a headset I used to have. We are 25. Maybe not even completely last. Look at that. So someone is driving so bad, and even my shitty driving today and my pit stop, I'm not last. Look at that. Ha! Okay. Let's now have a solid fight for number 25 and number 26. Those both crazy guys up there going next to each other. I wanted to say already through Hudson Park. Which is kind of a death wish. Okie dokie. What the fuck? Okay, let's go. Slow car, what, me? You want to hurt my feelings or what? Oh no. That's a rather slow car. Yes, that's plausible. But honestly, something like that adds a lot to the fun. Seriously does. Makes this whole thing for me so much more enjoyable. The computer making his own mistakes, seeing a crashed car there, those both guys having the battle of their lives for 25 and 26 ahead of me, driving like shit. But fun, seriously. And that's what it's all about for me. Could you... Come on. I didn't even want to bump into you, but... You don't... It's just a corner, not the end of your life. Fast as hell on the straights, well, fast I'd say, but shitting their pants in any corner. By the way, yeah, great. Like I said, talking or driving. no. See what the car... That's the cool thing about Automobilista. He took notice of me and actually provided space, not bumping into me, pulling the car to the inside so that... Oh, sorry. Oh, okay, the revenge comes right away. Sorry. But what I wanted to say, with the now slightly damaged car again, completely being a result of my own stupidity here, is what I wanted to say. He provided space, so actually completely noticed me, which I find is absolutely great by the game. So, because racing rule is, as far as I know it at last, when you are in the overtaking procedure and have and are alongside another car up to a certain degree, he needs to provide space, as it's not supposed to be crashing cars into each other, so not a crash car game, but racing. And that's something I find rather cool, especially with AMS2, because by far not all simulators I tried do this especially well. Well, maybe we can overtake him there. If I shut up for a moment. And possibly the other two guys in front. We have another full round to go. Could work. Need to find... I want to dive through somewhere outside, maybe inside. Come on, let me through. No, sorry. Nah. That's why I'm not racing online. People would hate me. Come. Up. Oh, this thing is so fucking tight. That's the other thing. If you stomp on the pedal of a car that puts down 300 something horses in, what was it, second or third gear, you spin. And that's just totally believable to me. Oh, could you please not do such shit? Oh, finally. Finally. Oh my god. Guy nearly killed me. I'm too fast. Oh my god. Not good at my age. Him slamming the brakes. No! Come on. Oh my god, I should concentrate. Okie dokie. Where are the other two? Really? Whoa. Those two guys, which were pretty close a little bit earlier, have really made some distance to us. It's easily 6-7 seconds. I'm not sure I can I can get them. Well, anyhow, not that bad considering the unwanted pit stop. Okay, and slam them. Oh yeah. And here we go again, Atzenbach. Going into Hoheneichen. This, all in all, I mean, the Nordschleife is famous and it has so much charm and character. Just all the names it has for each corner. I mean, not many racetracks have that, but somehow characteristic, and the length. Oh, the slow car again. Still there. Yep, Wayne Gardner. So, down to the Schwedenkreuz, Arenberg, into the Fuchsröhre, up to the Adenauer Forst. Yay! Going. Ah, there they are. There they are. Going into Metzgersfeld, I think. Da ist ein Flugplatz. Geil! Okay. Checking out. Oh my god. Checking out the corner names while going 200 something. Looks like not the best idea. Who thought? Wehrseifen? Yay! Oh, okay, a little bit of this stabilizer, something like that. Some stuff got damaged by the last round. Not sure I put that one online. But well, one has to stand by his mistakes, I think. Ex-Müller. Bergwerk. Wouldn't that be funny if I could keep up to them in the front or overtake them with a damaged car? Would be kinda cool, I think. I never can remember that one. This is some Tal or the other? I'm bad with those two names, always have been. But I know how this thing is called. It's the Mutkurve. And it's called like that for a reason. Mut, I'm thinking about the English word. Not honor. What's it? Aha, thank you! Very nice. Cool. A free position, happy me. Mood, I'm not on. Ah, fuck, the vocabulary in my head is empty. I'm slidey a little bit, but more than usual, so some stuff really got damaged. Hohe 8. Hedwighöhe, I have to be honest, Hedwighöhe is also something where I need to check out the shield quickly when going by. Wippermann! Can I overtake you? That would be cool. Ah. Yes! No! Come on! Let me! Ah. No! Come on! Be kind. It will happen sooner or later. It will. Yeah, it will. No! Will you stop pushing? Fucker. This is something that's really funky with IMS2. When they crash into you, like in a situation like this, they completely push to one side and they do not stop pushing. So I don't know why it's a little thing. So I think the cars want to get free from the situation they are in and try to, well, pull their way out. But usually there's this little thing makes the situation worse, and you really need to pull away, because otherwise they will completely, you may know a human driver would drive like that. The human driver would try to avoid further damage at all costs. They push against you like nothing good. But finally, I have to say, was by far not perfect, but it kind of worked for me to talk while driving in a quick-ish kind of way. So by far, I mean, in terms of racing slow, definitely yes, but not constantly crashing. Some crash, sadly, yes. I expected worse, I hoped for better, but I think I can pull this off. Funny, awesome, cool. I like that. But I do a lot. What I noticed, I miss a lot of braking points because concentration is slipping for me. But still, could have been a lot worse. I'm kind of happy now. I will check the recording. Curious what. So here we go. Finalized. Done. Not good, but done. 23. Okay. Good enough. So, thank you for watching then. I will now check out the recording. I think this might be close to 40 minutes long. And if it somehow worked, I will put it online. See you in the next one. May it be either ETS2, very likely, Euro Truck Simulator, or possibly something else like AMS2. Goodbye!